Hi, everyone. I am going to go over this book that I have, and I suggest you get it. It's on Amazon. It is very, very informative. If you want to get this book, I suggest you do it as what is it called? Electronic, not the actual paperback, because the author of this book, I think, got it from other sources, and it's very small. So get it, what do you call it? Ebook. Yeah, kind of sort of like, do you download it in your computer? It's excellent. The author is really good. He has other books and he's great. I'm not gonna say anything about him. He's great. I don't think he's the author of it, but he uses it, which is great. And he has other books that is great. It's just that he charges a lot of money for his processes and all that. So, if you want to get this book, okay, we need to understand a little bit what's going on, okay, especially with the IRS. Okay, so I'm going to go through all this and try to read it to you so you have a better understanding. Okay, just a few slides, and then I'm going to make another video. Oh, I already made a video before, but it was, the sound was really bad and stuff. So I'm going to make another one where you can endorse your bills, send it to the IRS with a 1040V, V as in voucher. Okay, send it. The problem with the IRS is they're backed up. They do not have a fast process. It's always delay, delay. It took me like 6 months to get these processes into the IRS and get them settled. So that's the problem. And we want, immediate things. We need, to have things resolved. But it's just, like I said before in my other videos, it's in the mind. Slavery is in the mind, okay? That's the most important thing. The straw man, the old cap slave, the corporation, it's not you, okay? You're the agent. So, detach from it, detach from it so you can live a life, Um, you have to detach from it. Let's say that an example will be, your friend comes and tells you, I have this problem and this and this and that. And you said, well, can you help me with that? Maybe do something. And you said, okay, but it's the other person's problem, right? You don't bring it home. You help resolve, if he asks you to do something for you, for him, then or her, but it's not you. You detach from, you go home and you live your life, and the other person has the problem. Okay, the situation, not the problem, but the situation. So the same thing is with your bills. Okay, the same thing is with your bills. All you have to understand, and that it's not you. You are the agent. You need to resolve it. You can't just sit and say, "Oh well, let it be." No, no, no. You are the agent. You have to work on it. Is your you move. You're the trustee in a way. You have to resolve the situation, right? So detach from it so you have a life, so you rest and you don't worry about it. A lot of people that are writing to me is like, I have. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at anybody that writes to me and say, I have. No, 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 no. You do not have anything. Your strong man, your corporation has, yes, you did it, but it's not you. It was before you understood who you were, and that's okay. Okay, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. I don't never talk about my bills that I have. I always say, well, this woman, this person that she didn't know who she was, got in all this mess, and I'm just trying to resolve it for her. That way, you detach it. And I might add that everything in life should be like that, detached, like looking into a house through a window, right? You have a house, you have a window, and you're in the outside, right? I took some therapies many, many years ago when I was going through personal situations, and the therapist tell me, well, he made me stand up and look through a wall like, being stupid. But he made me face the wall, and I said, okay, just put your hands like you're going, looking through a window, and look at it. There is you. You're inside with the situation, with the divorce, with the child problems, with the children, with um, the bills. You can, picture yourself, through a window, overwhelmed with the bills, right? But it's not you because you're on the outside, and you step up out of the wall, through the out of the window. He made me do it. And are you here? You're fine. You're okay. So it's in the mind. Slavery is in the mind. So that helped me a lot. That's why when this knowledge came into my life, I realized that I can treat the same thing as I did my divorce or whatever it was back then. The same thing with the bills. Okay. So I just want you, first of all, more understand that, because that's how I do things, even if they're not resolved, it ain't mine, you know. That's my philosophy in a way. Okay, so we're gonna read 2 slides of this book. It's really good. I recommend it, like I said. So, but recommend it that you read it, all of it, and then start taking action on what the book says. That's what my recommendation will be. Okay. The U.S. Department of the Treasury is the bookkeepers for the United States corporation, okay? But they're also your bookkeepers, okay? Unless you record the return or the tax, then they cannot do the bookkeeping. It's all about the ledger, the bookkeepings. The account receivables on it, okay? The account receivables and the account payables, okay? That's why the treasury books are off balance. The payables and the receivables are off balance because they cannot pay the payables, which is due to the people. They cannot pay. This is very important. They cannot pay the people because they have not filed the correct paperwork to get the refund on the credit that they are giving away after 36 months, 3 years. The corporations and the bankers come in as the nominee and use your taxpayer identification, okay, number on a 1099-A, utilizing the debt instrument as a bonded property because you never claimed it. Whoever claims owns it, okay? They banks, your car loan, your mortgage, they're doing all these transactions all the time, okay? And if you don't claim it for 36 months, it's there to be claimed. But if you don't claim it, with forms of IRS forms, then it is abandoned. That's why the 1099-A is called abandonment, acquiring abandonment. Okay, so let's continue. We also send them a blank. Okay, we should send these corporations a blank. They are required to fill them out. We also send them a blank W-9 requesting to see their tax identification number, the EIN. As you fill this out when starting any new bank account, we attach this to any forms when dealing with the corporation utilizing our credit. We are the creditors. We are the one that have the credits. They are insolvent. They're foreign corporation. They're bankrupt. Okay, so we have the credit. That's why they send you so many credit cards offers. They want to do it e-signature. They just, their firm, their not fearmonger. Well, they are fearmongers, but they are, trying to get you into signing anything, everything, loans here, credit cards here, anything. Anything that you put your signature and your social security, they do these transactions behind your back, right? They get millions of dollars of your credit because you are the one that has the credit, not them. They're a debt entity. They're debt and debt entity. So we are the ones with credit. Okay. The amounts belonging to another person is the amount of the credit. They are using the my pictures here represented as a tax when the tax is assessed. If there becomes a tax issue in tax matter, and then it becomes a return when you show the corporation as a recipient of the funds. Then the IRS shall issue you a refund. If you do not do this, you abandon the funds, and the 1099-A is filed by the corporations, and the refund goes to them. Your refund goes to them. That's when I talked about lawful money that comes from the Treasury. I am completely off the Federal Reserve notes, and it's very difficult. At the beginning, it's very difficult, but once you start doing it, it becomes your lifestyle, it becomes your way of life. How? It's crazy, right? In this world, you know, like my daughter, she pays me for some services that I do for her, and I tell her, do not pay me in dollars. Give me, I know it's hard for you, just go to the postal, the post office and write, get me a money order. It's a little more challenging for, people right now to do things like that, but it's doable, you know, because money orders from the post office are backed by gold. I want to be received anything that I receive that will be backed by gold, you know. So it's hard at the beginning. In this process, I'm just gonna do a disclaimer. Again, I do my disclaimer during my videos or at the end. This is for entertainment only, purposes only. It's not legal advice. I'm not telling you to do anything. Just, I'm not liable for anything. I'm just sharing my experiences here. Okay. Now, okay, let's keep reading. I'll tell you something very important. Corporations that filed the 1099-A, the corporations are always filing as a nominee for the true owner when you sign over the rights to your business name, your credit. Everything is everything is a tax issue under the bankruptcy of the United States. The United States is in bankruptcy, okay, in the corporations, okay? So I think, okay, goes into another topic. What is sole proprietorship? Sorry, my English is sometimes not difficult. But, when you were born, right, the sole of your feet. Think about it. Okay, think about it, the sole of your feet. Okay, so I wanted to share this so you have a better understanding of the things that you can do. Now, here in this book, it talks about the 1099s, okay? The 1099s are bankers' receipts, like from a bank. So you have to do some processes before start using the 1099s, okay? You have to do some process because you don't want to get in trouble by using these things. Yes, they're bankers' slips, So you have to become a secure party creditor. I suggest to become a secure party creditor before using the 1099s, right? Um, there's another topic that I like to share maybe later. It's about status correction, right? And these videos that I'm uploading, I have to tell you that it's for people that want to go into the private eventually, 100% in the future or even now, okay, in the private. Because if you try to do these processes, especially the 1099s, without being secure party creditor, well, secure party, not creditor, that doesn't exist, but the secure creditor, the secure party, I'm sorry, then you might get into situations with the IRS. So the secure creditor, secure party creditor, or let's just say it all together. It's not, it's a requirement, I would say, or something that is good to have in place, because the 1099s are bank forms, and although you are a bank, you want to put the status out there as a creditor, okay, officially out there with the treasury. And so you can do these things. A lot of people say, well, we don't need to be a secure party creditor to do the 1099s, but it's good to to send them notices to them. There's other ways to be a secure party creditor. There's, you know, not, well, let me tell you, the UCC, filing UCCs, um, it's kind of very, how would I say it, very delicate situation there. But the UCC is in the public, okay, and you want to go into the private, so you have to give notices in the public to be able to go to the private, okay. So all these processes that I'm teaching or I'm learning and I'm doing is to go into the private 100%. I just got my the US DOT tag. You can deregister your car, um, your tags, give your license, driver's license, um, back to the DMV. You can get an international driver's license. Those processes, I'm in the process of doing them, and little by little, it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of things to put in place. But my goal is to be 100% in the private, use the postal service, the post office, um, send in registered mails to myself, um, and that will put me into the private, and that will register my car, that will register anything that I want to register in the private will be through the post office. So the power of the post office is very important. Okay, but those are for later, for future videos, where as you do these things, and a lot of people are worrying so much about bills and bills and bills. Okay, money, Federal Reserve notes are paper. Okay, the paper month fiat money. So what's the deal with it? Fear mongering from these corporations, from the world. I know we need it. I use it because um, I didn't use Federal Reserve notes, but I convert the Federal Reserve notes into lawful money, by buying money orders, and doing transactions through the IRS and the Treasury to get a check and stuff like that. It is a lot of things that as you learn, then you can be free. So there's some processes that you want to do, the EINs through the IRS. Um, I'm doing my status correction. I already did it. I just haven't sent it because I'm waiting for a process that I did before, not to be in conflict with my status correction. So I'm waiting for a few months to send them out, and do my status correction. And then I'm doing my USD tags, I'm doing my car, I'm doing the postal service account, and all those things that we're learning, then we can utilize it. And but if you're in two waters, if you still want to be in this matrix, I would say, if you still want to be with your driver's license, it's not going to work. You understand? If you if you want to still be in commerce with your social security and not with trust and stuff like that, then you'll be in two waters, one foot in the public and one foot in the doing things in the private. So you have to really make a decision of where you want to go, like your future. Not right now. I mean, right now I would say 70% in the private. I still have like 30% to go. So I just want to put this video out there, explain a little bit. This book is called Who Really Owns the National Debt? Uh, Original Issue Education. Um, so it's pretty good. It's, read it and understand it. And especially when you're going to do the 1099 OID, original issue discount, it's good to have a status correction or some notices to the Treasury. Um, they use CC contract trust. You can do that, giving notices to these agencies for you to become a secure party creditor. That way you can utilize these forms. You're a bank. You're already a bank. You understand that. You're already a bank. You're already a creditor. But you have to give notice to these corporations. I mean, to the Treasury. You have to give notice to them that you are who you are. And you are not dead at sea. You're alive. The non-decedent letter, you have to give notice to them that you are not this dead entity. You have to give notice that you're alive and you are the creditor and you can do these things. So that way it's a safeguard for any future situations. Um, I put up a video of 1099A, and I put it in the private because I want to uh, do it correctly. And I realized that not a lot of people have this paperwork in place. So I had to put it in the private because I don't want you to misunderstand that these forms can be used. Yes, it can be used, but you want to cover all bases before sending to the IRS. That's why I put it in the private. I will upload other videos of how to, put papers in place to the Treasury. That way you are ready to go and use the 1099s as a banker. Okay. So I just leave it at that. And this video is a little long, but I wanted to explain things because I do care. I'm a person that really has been, really caring about people's health because I do natural medicine. I am good. I've been an homeopath for 25 years, also a chef. I mean, I do a lot of capacities. I work in many places, but not actually places to work, but I've worked everywhere really. And I want you to be healthy. I care for everybody that writes to me. And I want you to detach from this fear mongering of these corporations. And part of your health is money, your bills. Eventually I think God has a plan for everybody. And if you have a good heart and you're in the right place, He'll lead you to all truth. And this is how God has been doing this through all these years, leading me to health truth, to this process, and financial freedom, private. In the private, my plan is to go 100% in the private. So I don't know what your plans are, but if it is, well, follow me, subscribe, and I'm here to help. Thank you. I just leave it at that. This thing's getting too long and this video. So thank you so much. You have a great day.